Hot take, school does not teach you how to revise, but it's an incredibly important skill to develop if you're trying to get the top grades. But it's not too late. This is how you actually study, because nobody ever taught you. That's what I'm here to do on today's episode of Sustainable Study Secrets. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to today's episode of Sustainable Study Secrets, which is a new series where I give you my top study tips and tricks every single day, and will be doing so until your exams. Be sure to like and subscribe and follow along for the journey. The most common misconception is when you revise is just going over content, reading through it and getting it fresh in your memory. Wrong. When you are revising, you will naturally have specific topics and specific subjects that you're weaker on, so you need to learn how to prioritise your revision. As in, there is not time to go over absolutely everything you ever learned. There is not time to go over everything that you ever learned in immense detail. That's simply impossible. The idea is you want to be reminding yourself, you want to have this high level understanding of everything. But the thing is, when you have this, you naturally have those topics and subjects that you're weaker on. How do you decide what you pay more attention to and what you pay less attention to? Use these two charts. The first one is what subjects you need to prioritise, i.e., let's be so for real, GCSE maths is way more important than GCSE business. So if you don't pass maths, you're done for. If you don't pass business, nothing bad is going to happen to you. And then the next are the topics that you're weakest on within every subject. So this determines how long you spend approximately on each subject, which you need to pay more attention to, and then this, specific things that you need to be doing. Okay, in maths, I might be sitting on an 8, I'm trying to get into a 9. If I'm trying to get into a 9, I need to understand what it is that I don't know. I don't know how to apply my knowledge to this specific problem-solving question. I don't understand what this topic is. Identifying that by using the specification, using my past papers, using my mock exams, identifying what it is that I don't know. Specification for standardised exams, a little bit of a digression, is a document that outlines literally the only things you need to know for that exam. You don't need to know the things that aren't on it, but you do need to know everything on there. So use it as a sort of revision checklist. Outline your difficulty, what it is that you need to revise, why you're not getting it right. Okay, in English literature, I might know all of Macbeth, but I'm still getting like 15 out of 30 in an essay. Why am I getting that? It's because I don't have a good paragraph structure. So it would be absolutely futile if I just kept grinding out flashcards, remembering the quotes if I know them already. I need to work on that paragraph structure and I need to do practice. So identifying all of these things, you have a list of things that you need to revise, and all of these things you need to revise should be those topics that you're weakest on. You need to work on them first, and what you need to do, you need to use active recall strategies. If you don't know what active recall is, it's the process of actively retrieving information from your own long-term memory. You might write down a heading, so I might say photosynthesis. You write down everything you know about photosynthesis. This is called blurting. You might try a deck of flashcards or a Quizlet deck or an Anki deck, and you look at a question and you try and answer it before you flip over the answer to test your knowledge. This is also active recall because you had to think about it. If you got it right, great. If you got it wrong, that's an area for revision. You have a variety of strategies like the Feynman technique, so teaching somebody else to really develop your own understanding. SQ4R for really active reading. You have the why study technique, which just forces you to read every sentence and ask, why does this happen? Why does this happen? All of this will help you actually revise in an effective way because you are forced to actively engage with the content. And when you've done this, you will find that you understand those things that you are weaker on so much better, and you are so much more able to answer exam questions about that thing. And then you work up from the bottom. So those red topics, those topics that you struggle with the most, if you can understand them and start getting those marks in the exam, you've got significantly more marks than you would have gotten if you were just sort of strengthening those topics you were really happy with. You're already getting top marks in those. Your red areas, you're probably getting close to 0. And now you're getting full marks. You can't increase the amount of marks you get in an exam by getting better at the things you're really good at. You can, however, decrease the amount of marks you lose by working on your weakest areas. You can stop losing those marks. 3 golden rules. Figure out what it is that you need to work on, your weakest areas. Use active recall Make sure you're planning your revision so you're working on your weakest topics but also your weakest subjects. Not everything requires the same amount of revision time. Some subjects you'll care about more, some subjects you'll care about less. I'm not here to tell you that you need to get 9s in absolutely everything, A stars in absolutely everything, perfect grades. Some things matter more to you and you need to prioritise that when you are revising. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode of Sustainable Study Secrets. Alright, bye guys, love you.